Hi class, today we have another lesson in Unit 3, it's 3-2. It's multiplication products of 10. It's very similar to last night's video. We're just going to pick up and there's going to be a few different steps. So our learning objective is today I will compare numbers using products of 10. So we don't have any new vocabulary, but I do want to review what a multiplication equation is. Because I will be referring to this a lot. So a multiplication equation is like 6 times 3 equals to 18. This is my multiplication equation. So you're going to need to know that. So when I say the words, you're understanding what I'm referring to. That it's not just 6 times 3, because those would be my factors of 18, my factor pairs. But the whole thing is the equation. Okay, so our notes. This number, 768,945, is a number. And as we move to the right, this is our ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s place. The ones place has a less value than the 100,000s place. So I have a L here for less. And then so as you go to the right, it's less. As you go to the left, it is greater. So this value, the 7, has a value greater than the 5. And each place value that you move over, it's 10 times greater, or 10 times less if you move to the right. So if you go to the right, it's less. If you go to the left, it's greater. And each place value is 10 times. Okay, so we have our steps. The first step is to underline the identified digits. Second step is find the place value that is 10 times greater or 10 times less. Okay. And then step 3 is write or choose the correct number. I'm getting out my red pen. I have guided model and input, so you are watching. This is just like yesterday's video. So our steps are the same as yesterday's. We just have to fill out this table. So it says starting with 10, multiply by 10 until you get to a number in the 10,000s place. Fill in the table. So 16 times 10, how many zeros do I have? I have 1 0, and then I have 16, and then I have this number, 160 times 10, which equals 2. I have 2 zeros, and then 16, so I have 1,600. And again, I multiply 1,600 times 10, and I get 16,000. And I stop here because I'm now in the 10,000s place. And I can look at this chart and I know 16,000 is 10 times greater than 1,600. 1,600 is 10 times greater than 160, and 160 is 10 times greater than 16. Okay, now we're going to do something that is slightly different than yesterday, but we have our steps. So I'm going to first read the problem. So it says choose the number that has a digit, choose the number that has the digit 2 with the value that is 10 times more than the value of the digit 2 in this number. So I need to underline the identified digits. Choose the digit 2 that is 10 times more than the value of the digit 2. Okay, find the place value that is 10 times greater or less. So 10 times more. And then step 3, write or choose the correct number. So I'm going to put a big G, and then I'm going to put a little g. 10 times each place value, 10 means one loop. 10 equals 10. So 10 is one loop. So I need to underline the 2 because that's what we're referring to. Choose the number that has the digit 2. So I find the 2 in this number. I underline it. And I'm going to look to see the 10 times more. So I have to go to the greater side. So I have to find a number that is to the left, 1, that has in this place value a 2. So I look here, this is my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000s. I have to have a number in my 100,000s that has a 2. So I could have 258,341, and this 2 is in my 100,000s place, and it is 10 times greater than the 2 in this number. So my answer would be A. Okay. We'll look at number 3. It says, Kenny wrote this number, 423,769. Underline the identified digits. Write a number that has a digit 6 with the value that is 10 times less than in Kenny's number. So I'm going to write my greater. I'm going to write my less. And I know that it's 10 times less, so I have to go to the right. I'm going to make an arrow so I show that. And then I have to see the 6, so I'm going to underline the 6. And I have to go one place value to the right, so this 9 has to have a 6 in it. So I'm going to write the number 408,536. This place value, the ones place, has to have a 6. If I wrote the number 6, would that work? Yes, because the 6 is in the ones place. If I had 16, my 6 is in the ones place, so that would also work. Okay, I'm going to move on to our guided practice. It says, starting with 55, multiply by 10 until you get to the number in the 100,000s place. Fill in the table. So I have 55 times 10. I have 1 0, so I need to have a 0. Then I have 55. Now I have 550. So 550 times 10. Okay, so I have 1, 2 zeros. And then I have 55. And I can see 5,500 is 10 times more than 550. 550 is 10 times more than 55. So I have 5,500 times 10. I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. I have 55,000, times 10 is 550,000. Okay, and I stopped there because I'm now at the 100,000s mark. I'm going to do step number 2. It says choose a number that has the digit 3 with the value that is 10 times less than the value of the digit 3 in this number. So I need to underline my 3. I need to figure out which side is 10 times less. So I'm doing step number 2. So I have greater than and I have less. I need to go to the right for less. So this 8 has to have a 3 in that place value. So I have 458. Let's do 458. 632. would work because this 3, this tens place, has to have a 3. Okay? Because the 8 is in the tens place, that's the number that has to change to a 3. So let's look over here and let's find the tens place. So this is my tens place, this one's my tens place, this one's my tens place, and this one's my tens place. Which one has a value that is 3? So this one's a 4, so that wouldn't work. This one's a 1, that wouldn't work. This one has a 3 in the tens place, that one would work. And then the D, that one has a 7, that one wouldn't work. So my answer is C. Okay, number 3. Jose wrote this number. Write a number that has a digit 9 with a value that is 10 times more than in Jose's number. So I have to underline my digit 9, 10 times more. Okay, so I have greater than and I have less than. My 9 is what I'm underlining. And I have 10 times more. 10 means 1 loop. So 1 loop to the left. What place value is that? 0. So I have my ones place, my tens place, my hundreds place. This is in my thousands place. So my thousands place has to have the digit 9. So I could have 9,000. I can have 239,000 as long as I have a 9 in my thousands place. Okay. You have 2 homework problems. Homework problem 1. Oh, I apologize. You have 3. You have homework problem 2. You have homework problem number 3, and then rate your understanding.